Now to filter, sort, custom sort data, instead of taking the existing data set, I'll be writing a prompt in front of you so that you will know another example of getting records for the Excel table data. I want here the bank account details. So I ask user here as subject mock bank account transaction data, and the prompt I write is generate Excel tabular data for the following table columns. So the columns are account number 12 digits, opening date January to March 2024, account name write Indian names, opening balance minimum 14,000, account type 3 categories, city 8 cities, account status active inactive, KYC completed pending, generate 30 rows. I select the first cell, scroll down to the last, and using shift key I click the last cell, copy this data, and in Excel let's import the data. Now I paste this data over here, and I use this option auto fit column width. So individually I no need to change width of the column. Excel automatically will identify the right fit for the columns. Now the account numbers, I change the type to number and decrease the number of precisions. Here is a one another uh, mistake, or I see a data cleaning is required, that the comma, the rupee symbol, that may cause calculations issue in the formula. Like if I write D2 plus 500, then the problem is hash value. So whenever you experience hash value error, the meaning is the data you are selecting from the column cells, that data is not in the right format. So change the format. I will be removing this rupee symbol. Okay. As the copilot is sharing you that as not a format, it is actually sharing it as a text. I use a shortcut key Control H to replace rupee symbol. Now replace with what? Keep it empty so that it will remove the rupee symbol from the cell. Now the numbers are appearing at the right side. That means they are now correct. And see, hash value error also was gone. And I'm getting the output as 15,000. But what if you want to see the rupee symbol note? Select, press Ctrl 1, go for currency format, and from there you can choose the respective format for the value. So I select rupee symbol and I'll click OK. So this is the right way of applying the format to the cell. Now the data is ready. Okay, I apply a table style and then the top rows I apply bold effect and I want more 30 records. Simply I write generate more unique 30 rows. So the same formats I will be copying here. I use format painter and I select the number of rows. So the format applied. Here there is a issue of date format. And from here also I remove the rupee symbol. Done. Now the data is here. While scrolling, I want to freeze the top row. The top row indicates the title for the table, right? So while scrolling, I want to freeze that top row. To freeze that top row, select first row. From the view tab, here is an option freeze panes. Freeze panes. Okay. This will freeze the top row. I select freeze top row. Now see, even though I scroll, the top row still remains on the top. So that you can easily identify the column label whenever you are scrolling contents in the table. Now the next is I want to read the records in a specific order. So I want to sort all the current records first and then saving. But in the current records, the name of account I want to read alphabetically ascending order. So keep your cursor anywhere in a table and in the home tab you will get an option sort and filter, and from here you select custom sort. So custom sort allow you to sort multiple levels, and here I select first I sort account type. Okay, account type, and then I sort account name. Now click OK. So you will see all the current accounts will appear first alphabetically. All the current accounts appear first, and the current accounts, they are sorted in ascending order. The first name is Aditi, next name is Aditya, next is Arvind, the last name is Varun. Now for saving accounts also, here is a salary account. Okay, so for salary account also, the data is sorted. Till this they are salary accounts. So salary account names, they begins with Abhishek, Aisha and ends at Tanaya. And then for saving account, it again is in sorted order. Okay, till Yashwant. So customize, you can so customize the sorting sequence. Now I want to sort. First I want to sort account opening date in ascending order. Then I want to sort city. Okay, and then I want to sort account name. Now see, account date wise they all are sorted. So the date is in ascending order 2nd January till 30th. There is a mismatch in this date, 30 to 2024. Okay. So 30th February, it's the, of course, invalid date. Now here are the records. 2nd January, 9th January. For 9th January, there are two records. So for two records, the cities are sorted, Bengaluru and Surat. Okay. Uh, so sorting can be done using multiple levels. Now I will sort by KYC status. KYC status from A to Z, city A to Z, then account name. So completed KYC status records are till here. And in this, city wise also sorted. Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Bhopal, Chennai, Delhi. In Delhi also, the name if you read Deepika, Meera and Nisha, they are sorted. So the data becomes easy to read. Okay, using custom sorting. Next is filtering. I select the top rows and from sort and filter, I enable the filter buttons so that I can filter here my records. Let's say if I filter as city, I select specific to 3 cities. So the only those records will remain available here. I can also clear. From date also I can apply for particular range like February and March. So in the February and March, I want to see only Ahmedabad records. So I go here and I select Ahmedabad records. Now only Ahmedabad records are available. Okay. I want to see only the pending KYC status records. So go for KYC column, select for pending. Now for March, February, pending records are here. So this is how you can quickly sort the records from the table. Now I want to see those records whose opening balance is more than 15,000. Okay, more than 15,000. So for opening balance, go for numbers filter and from there you can select greater than or equal to. Now here you write the number 15,000 and click OK. So now these are the records whose balance is more than 15,000. Okay. If you still want to filter account type, city, you can apply more filters. Like I will see the salary accounts, then I will see the account status as only active, then the KYC, it is there only completed. Okay. Multiple filters also I can apply. In one step, you can remove all the filters. Go for sort and filter and click on clear. All the filters will get removed. So sorting, filtering, cleaning the data, they are the primary things. Most of the time, you might require these simple features in Microsoft Excel. Okay, importantly, how I started is I just generated the records using the prompt in Excel, and this prompt also let me share you in the note so that you can also generate such records. In the practice folder, I created previously prompts. So here in the same file, I'll maintain this another one. Save. Okay. In a while, I will be sharing you the data with you to practice. Now the next is I want to now apply a particular color to the cells if the cell match with certain condition criteria. Okay, I want to check whether my data is varied or not. Is there any duplicates? So to find duplicates, one method is you select the records, and to select the records, shortcut key I am using is Control Shift down. So my cursor select, actually the data gets select, but the cursor reach the last cell. Okay, so manually I need to scroll to up to bring back the cursor to the top row. But using shortcut, you can still reach the first cell back. So once you press Control Shift down, okay, the data will get select and the cursor will reach the last cell. Now don't scroll. Press Control and Backspace. So you will be back to the first row. Control and Backspace, right? So this way you will be back to the first row. Now I'll go for Data tab, and there is a option called Remove Duplicates. So whenever you are working with the records, you first define when to say a record is duplicate. Whether you are considering if the account number is appearing two times, then that is called as duplicate, or whether your definition of duplicates is account number, opening date, account name. If the three cells are getting repeated as it is, then only it is a duplicate. So how you define depends. The criteria will remove the duplicate records from the Excel. So currently what I'm considering is if account number is coming once again, then only I will say that the row is duplicate. Okay. It might be account number, they are same, but the details are different. Okay. So I'll select remove duplicates and it asks expand the selection and continuous with current selection. Expand the selection means what? If Excel is deleting those rows who are duplicate, then accordingly the data will get organized. Okay. If it is required to swap the records, then automatically the rows will get interchange. I'll go with the duplicates. Now it is asking you how you want to remove the duplicates, whether you want Excel to compare all the row records. Entire row will be considering as if it is repeated, then only it is a duplicate. I unselect all and I'll take only account number. So Excel now compare only the account number. I'll click OK and there is no duplicate. Okay, no duplicates in the file. Now see what I will do is one account number I copy here and paste over here. So another one complete row I copy and paste over here. Let's say this one also. Now there are duplicates, right? I keep a cursor in table, click on remove duplicates and I select only account number and I click OK. Now it is comparing and removing the three duplicate values. So which three values Excel removed? The first occurrence Excel keeps as it is and all the coming occurrences Excel removes that from your table, right? So this way you can use remove duplicates from Excel. Now what if I consider the account type as duplicates? So this will make a problem. See now, if I go for account type and if I click OK, then Excel will keep only the first occurrence of current account, salary account and saving account. Rest it will delete all the duplicates because our definition of duplicate we are telling to Excel that only you compare the account type, right? So 57 duplicate values found, removed 3, unique values remain. Three unique values remain. So this way you need to trial error differently the duplicates. I save this file for your reference on a desktop in the practice folder. This is file 3, sorting, filtering and duplicates. Okay. Now I share you this file. You also trial error, custom sorting, applying filters and removing duplicates. and I am updating prompts also. Now in this next part, I will be discussing with you checking conditions in Microsoft Excel. A Excel function if used to check condition and it results in either true or false. So true when your condition meets the condition criteria and false if it not meets the condition criteria. The syntax is you write condition greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, different kind of conditions you can check in Microsoft Excel. If you want to compare a value greater than, then use symbol greater than. And for less than, you use the relational operator less than. For comparison, you use equal to. And for not equal, you use symbol greater than less than. And this is read as not equal. Now I am checking conditions over here. The question is in cell D6. Okay, in cell D6, enter any number and check it is positive or negative. Now the numbers greater than 0 we call it as positive and the numbers less than 0 we call it as negative. Now I write a condition as if and the cell I select greater than 0 and I write this is positive. I complete double quotes and close the brackets. Now the rule is if you want to show a text matching condition criteria, if you want to show a text, then you must write that in a double quotes. But if you want to show any number, then write number as it is. No need to write double quotes. As my output, I want to see a text. I am using double quotes. So the value in cell D6 is minus 34. This condition not meets the criteria. The answer is false. But if I write 55, the answer is positive. So on the place of false, I write negative. So the next part of comma is false. It is showing you negative. Let's say minus 13 negative. 18 is positive. Okay. So this way you can check condition in Excel. One more question is you write here a number and print whether the number is even or odd. So when to say a number is even? The number which is divisible by 2. So any number if you divide by 2 and remainder comes 0, then that number I am calling it as even. Let's say 14. So divide that number by 2. So I completely divide 2 into 7 14 and remainder comes 0. Now the number if it is 15, still it is divisible till 14. 2 into 7 14. That's why the remainder is 1. Okay. Now here I find a remainder for a number and in Excel mod is a function to find a remainder. Now this number I give comma meaning is divide number by 2 and if the number is divisible by 2 then the remainder Excel function mod returns remainder. So dividing number 15 remainder comes 1. 30 it is 0 that is completely divisible. 12 is 0, 11 is 1, 4 is 0, 5 is 1. Now here the mod function I write inside the if. The result of mod function if it is 0 then I am saying number is even otherwise number is odd. So I put a condition as the number, if I divide by 2, the function mod results 0, then only that number I'm calling as even, otherwise it is odd. I hit enter and it is saying number is odd. Now if I put a number as 10, it is showing you number is even. So please thumbs up if you are clear with the syntax to write if condition in Microsoft Excel. The syntax I'm also sharing you in the chat. Okay. Now, uh, one more example is given 3 subject marks and we asked to check student if scored more than 35 marks in 3 subjects, then print as pass, otherwise print as false. I'm checking condition here as is equal to if first cell greater than equal to 35, comma, again if condition. Okay, listen carefully. I am checking multiple conditions. First cell greater than or equal to 35. That is done. Now again one more time if second cell greater than or equal to 35. Again one more time if third cell greater than or equal to 35. Then I say pass and complete the brackets. Now how many times you open the bracket, that many brackets you need to complete. But in Excel don't count how many brackets you open. In Excel, the first bracket and the closing bracket, the last bracket, always in a black color. So I instead count, I'll wait for the black color bracket and it indicates I reached the last bracket. I closed all the brackets and I hit enter. So how Excel evaluates the equation? First it compares 90 greater than 35. No. Then directly it will go for 90 greater than 35 is true. Then it will check for the next set of condition 78 greater than 35. Then it will go for next set of condition 12 greater than 35. No. Then there is no false comment. That's why Excel is showing you false. So instead of false, I want to see fail. Now here the value 12. Now see the color of the bracket. It is violet. Now before the closing bracket of violet, there you supposed to write fail. It is fail. What if student scored second subject marks below 35? Still it is coming false. Now second subject is the brown color bracket. Before brown color bracket you put in double quotes fail. Now it is coming correct. Okay, now if let's say student scored less in first subject mark, then first subject mark bracket is black. So before black bracket here you write fail. So this is the best idea to check or to find the right place to write the false comment in Excel if function. Now if you read this function, then it is challenged to remember the sequence of bracket, the conditions, right? I'll make it more easy to understand again. So how I did is if I check consist sequential conditions greater than 35 comma again if second subject greater than 35 comma again if third subject greater than 35 and pass. Okay, don't write the fill or the false comment of if function. Close the brackets. As I said, last bracket is black bracket. Now I hit enter. So see, I completed one part of Excel function. I just able to find whether the student is pass or fail. Now the next is go for the fail message. Now I will try for second subject. So for second subject, if you score less, then second subject bracket is brown bracket. Before brown bracket, you're supposed to write fail, right? So pass I'm writing once, but fail three times because conditions are three. And if all conditions true, then only we are saying pass. That's why pass comes once, fail comes many times here. This way you can check a condition. Okay. So these are the three examples. I tried explain you how to write a if condition. There is a one more, fourth one, where you are going to check different conditions. I'm removing this function and now I want you to write a function here and get the answer. So you are going to print whether the quality of steel is good or bad. If the hardness entered here in the cell is more than 34, here you print, here you check one more condition. Carbon content less than zero point 0.7 and tensile strength greater than 2800. So if all three conditions are valid, then print quality is good. Otherwise the quality is poor. Okay. This one I will explain. Fifth question. The fourth question I want you to solve. So I am uploading my file on the drive, download file number 8, file number 7, and try writing if function condition. File number 8, correct. So the answer to get the steel quality as poor or a good, you write is equal to condition if the cell I select 34 and I actually rename the cell as EX hardness. I checked it as greater than 56. Another condition carbon content less than zero point 0.7 and another condition tensile strength greater than 2800. So this case I write steel quality is good and I complete the brackets. So like previous I'm not counting the brackets. I'm ensuring that I'm closing all the brackets. So observe the first and last bracket, it is a black color. Now false because the hardness is less than 56. So if I write, let's say 60, then the answer is good. Suppose if I write here 1.6, answer is false. So second case is wrong. And the second case bracket is brown bracket. Before the brown bracket I write, the quality is poor. Now it is appearing as poor. The quality of steel is poor. So this way you can check conditions and accordingly you need to write at the right place the uh, false statements. Everyone please check my voice. If I am audible, please thumbs up. Okay, so Sonia, it seems at your end you are not getting the voice. Please rejoin. Now I also place the false statement poor like this. Now the next is enter the student's percentage and print whether student is pass or fail. To get the result of student, I write here as is equal to if the marks greater than or equal to 75 and I also use the symbol percentage because the comparison is in percentage. I write distinction. Okay. Another condition if The marks are greater than or equal to 60. I print the answer as first class. If the marks are greater than or equal to 50, percent, then second class. If marks are greater than or equal to 35, then pass. Otherwise, answer is fail. Okay. First comparison, I check D40 greater than or equal to 75 distinction. Second comparison, I check D40 greater than or equal to 60% first class. Third comparison, I check D40 greater than or equal to 50%, it is second class. Otherwise, I will be checking for greater than or equal to 35%. And here I complete the brackets. Okay. So if I write 45% pass, 90% distinction, 61% first class. So this way you can check grade of a student. One more example is if you enter a value in this cell, you enter a value between 1 to 10, then print A. Between 11 to 20, then print B. More than 20, print C. So whenever you are writing conditions, and if it is a level wise distribution, greater than 20, greater than 40, greater than 60, I give you a trick that you always check the big number condition first. So I first check greater than or equal to 20, greater than 20. I print C. Then I check greater than 11, greater than 10. I print B. Otherwise C. Okay. So you no need to separately put a condition for a range. So the number if you enter 12, first condition gets false. 12 greater than 20, it is false. But 12 greater than 10 is true. That's why the answer is B. Otherwise, the answer is C. Check this out. The answer is C. Got it? So this is how you can check answers. Now if I enter here 19, then is 50, everything is coming. If condition is helpful function to check certain conditions and I'm matching whether the condition sets are matching the statement number of statements or not. Okay. But in if condition, I can write only one condition. How to check more than one condition? For multiple condition checking, there is a one more function called AND function. In the if function, three subject mark, individually I was checking, putting three times if condition. Now see how you can write a AND function. In AND function, you can put multiple conditions. And no need to rewrite the function name AND. Only once you need to begin with the name of AND function, and now you can create group of multiple conditions in a one go. That's why less brackets and readable function. Simplified version of nested if condition is AND function. If all the condition pairs evaluates to true, then only AND function will result true. Okay. So compare D6 53 greater than 35, yes. 65 greater than 35, yes. 45 greater than 35, yes. 64, 65, 89. They are also greater than 85. All conditions are true. Answer is true. If anyone gets false, then it is treated as answer is false. All must be true. That is a rule. So this way you can write check more than one condition using AND function. Okay. So now I have one task. Uh, so I just sent one Excel file on a Google Drive, cricket players. Now I want you to write a prompt to generate this table. Okay. So in this table, serial number, player name, and I want scored runs for 4 different years. Then total innings and total not outs. So you are going to generate this table. Okay, this table is protected. That means you cannot select or copy the table data. It is intentionally I am keeping protected so that you can write a prompt and generate the data. Now here you are going to find average runs per year and total scored runs. So the function you now guess what function to use in column I and in column J. Then you print minimum runs from 2013, 2014 respectively, 2015 and 2016. Same you find for maximum runs. Now with your choice, you can show any player name in a capital case and small case over here. The overall appearance of the table, try to keep as it is. The font style, the font size, everything. The challenge is what prompt you write to get the data. Data could be different, but the format you match as it is. Now you can start. So guys, so far everyone I can see many of you are deep into the practicals. So keep going, take your time and don't hesitate to ask if you get stuck. So the goal is here not just to complete the task, but to understand how many of you and how and why the functions work in a real world scenarios. Okay, so I can see also done messages in the chat. So let's quickly recap what we have covered till now. Uh, we started with the basic functions like sum, average, mean, max, and your everyday tools for the quick calculations. Then we explored the date functions. Today, now, then year, month, day, time functions. So we have also dove into the if function, which is a foundation of decision making logic in Excel. You will see it again and again in the dashboards, validations, and conditional formattings. We also looked at the custom sorting, advanced filtering, and how to find duplicates. So all crucial and cleaning, organizing data before the analysis is the sorting and advanced filtering. Now, once you are all done with the current exercise, okay, we will be move into the next set of tools that really elevate your Excel game. So I'm just noticing the progress in the WhatsApp chat as well as here in the chat group. So let me know how many are completed. Mark as done in the chat, so that gives me the good count. All right, everyone. Let's talk about one Excel's most visually powerful feature that is called as a conditional formatting. Now, you might think it's just about coloring the cells, But in business and finance, it's much more than that. It's a decision support tool, and it helps you spot patterns, highlight the risk, and make faster, smarter choice without even reading the numbers line by line. Okay, so signal colors, how they are indicating. Okay, so red, you get slow and you get stop at the signals, and the color indicates a lot. So same in Excel file also, use of the particular colors, they helps the readers get the insights from the table. Okay, so in finance, time is money, right? Conditional formatting lets the business peoples instantly identify the trends, like sales going up or cost going down. So use color scales to show profit margins in a green for high and red for low. So see how color defines the data. Applying the data bars to visually uh, ex- explain the monthly revenue growth, and highlighting the sales where expenses are exceeding the budget. You can use a simple rule. You can write a condition: if a value is greater than budget, then turn it to red. So this saves hours of manual checking and makes your report visually intuitive. And in accounting and auditing, catching errors early is crucial. Okay, so if you are flagging the negative balance or overdue payments, if you are highlighting the duplicate entries in the financial records, or if you spot the missing data like blank cells in the critical columns, so imagine a reconciliation sheet where any mismatch turns yellow, that will instantly uh, get catch the eyes into the table data. error Error detection is a one crucial task, and early error detection will solve the future problems. In businesses, they use KPIs. KPI stands for key performance indicators to track the success. And with the conditional formatting, you can highlight employees who exceed the target. You can flag underperforming regions in a sales dashboard, and you can use icon sets like the green tick or the exclamation mark or the cross icon. Okay, so that shows a status at the glance. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about narrating the performance visually. So in Excel, conditional formatting play a vital role in explaining the data records. In finance, especially in a stock or in portfolio tracking, conditional formatting is a gold. Okay, you can highlight the stock that gained or lost beyond the threshold. You can use the color gradient to show the volatility. You can flag the assets that cross the stop or loss or the target price levels. So it turns the raw data into the actionable insights. Use of conditional formatting turns the data into actionable insights. If you are planning budgets, conditional formatting help you compare actual and forecasted values. Conditional formatting help you highlight the overspending areas. Also, it will track the saving goal visually. For example, if your monthly spend exceed 90% of the budget, the cell turns to orange. Okay, it's a subtle nudge to control the cost. So see how many ways your data becomes uh, explainable, self-explanatory contents you can drag using the conditional formatting in your Excel. So conditional formatting isn't just a decoration, it's a real-time decision support. Whether you are a business owner, you are analyst, or you are accountant, it helps you prioritize the attention, reduce the cognitive load, and make faster decisions. So it's like having a visual assistance inside your spreadsheet. Okay. So next time when you open Excel, don't just look at the numbers, make them speak. Use the conditional formatting to guide your eyes, highlight what matters, and simplify the complexities. Okay. So in our next segment, I'll be showing you how to create a custom rule, use formulas inside the formatting, and even apply it across the entire dashboards. Now to explain you conditional formatting, I kept ready 4 different examples. The first example, let me explain you. Um, the question is format the background color of numbers which are more than 400. So see all those numbers here, and the numbers more than 400, turn their color to any different color, let's say yellow color, blue color, red color. Okay, I first clear the rules, and from here conditional formatting, I select the first rule, highlight the cells. So now you think the different relational comparisons when you want to trigger the color to change. The number if it is greater than, the number if it is less than, the number if it is in between, or the number is equal to, or the cell that you selected, it contains a different value. So how you want to compare the equation and turn the color to anything. Now here I'll select greater than and I write 400. If the value is greater than 400, then here are the 3 main colors: light red fill, yellow fill, and green fill. I'll go with the yellow color. Now, so I can easily count how many numbers are greater than 400. They are 4, 3, 7, and 3, 10. Total 10 numbers are greater than 400. Without colors, it could be taking 1 to 2 minutes to count. But with colors, I'm easily catching it. If I change the number, let's say once I apply and then if I change number, then the color also turns to the actual one. Okay. Let's say this 200, if I turn to 1000, then it becomes yellow color. Next question, change background color of cities if it contains letter yes. Now to apply a rule, I selected the cells and then from conditional formatting, highlight rules, I select option text that contains. Okay. See easily Excel documented the options very well. So beginners also can easily catch what rule to select. Okay. The greater than, less than, between, equal to, 4 are relational comparisons. Text that contains is a Boolean comparison, date comparison, and duplicate values. So text comparison, I write a letter as S, and the color I turn to, let's say, light red field, and I click OK. So the name Excel highlighting, all those are the cities, contains letter yes. Okay, let's say for a while if I write here yes, then it turns to red color. Okay, any name if you remove S, then it again turns to the actual color. Format the numbers, change font effect to bold if the numbers are between 1 to 300. So now between is the rule. Okay, go for between and select 1 to 300. And now from here, the ask is to turn them to bold. So the default template is not showing you option as a bold, but you can customize it. Go for custom format, select bold option, color I turn to the same black, and the fill color means background color I want to keep white. So just I click no color and see the numbers turn to bold. The numbers which are between 1 to 300, now they become bold. So if I ask you how many numbers are between 300, 1 to 300, so you will easily count and tell me the answer. So how easy it is. But if I ask you the numbers between now 250 to 350, then see you will make that comparison, you will note that number, then lastly you will count and then you can answer. So it might take a minute. Okay. So applying conditional format helps to get the insight in a less time. Now example 2. In example 2, There is a one online sales market, and in 2011 there is some shares sales in 2012, in 2013, 14, 15, and 16. So for total 6 different years there is some sale. To find minimum and maximum, I write here is equal to mean and I select the cells, and for max is equal to max in bracket, I again select the cells. Okay, so I just want to highlight that the highest number with the green color, lowest number with the red color. So that's why I selected the cell range, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and I select equal to. So if it is equal to minimum cell, the cell calculates the minimum. If it match 12, that indicates it is a less cell. That's why I indicate that in a red color. Okay. Again go for the same rule, and now I select if it is matching to the max value, then show that in a green color. Okay. So now if I make a change 1000, then see 1000 here it is showing you in a green color, and this one if I make it 750, then 109 becomes red. So this color is highlighting that particular cell with the less and max. What if I ask you that do not write a separate function here to get the minimum maximum? Then in the conditional formatting, here itself you can write a function is equal to mean, find the minimum, whatever the value comes, then apply red color. Same for is equal to max, whatever the new value comes for a max value, there you can apply a color as green color. Okay, so you given a choice. So you separately first find the max mean, and in equal to you compare it to make a change in color, or you can directly go for conditional formatting equal to option, and there you put a function. Okay, I suggest to write function directly embedding it in the conditional formatting. So the steps also you can follow. Here are the steps. Apply format to the cell as per the criteria of a condition. Highlight top bottom rules, percentage. So you use select cell range, conditional formatting, select highlight type, and then you can apply a rule. Okay. So the first two example explains how to use the conditional formatting. There are again many more examples, not only four. Actually, I'm ready with 10, 20 different examples. Okay. But just moving ahead with the topic is not my objective. I want to make you ready to excel in Excel. Okay. So that's why along with the discussions, implementation is important. Okay. Only explaining you what is car, how it looks, how it works, what is engine is not enough. I need to uh, put you in a hard effort, then you will learn to drive that car, right? Same way in Excel also, understanding the topic is not enough. So you all are actively attending my sessions. I really appreciate that, but I will be more happy to see you in working with the Excel. So my success is if you are using the most common and highly demanded Excel features like me, then I will be happy to uh, celebrate the success. So here now I motivate you to open my file, get the Excel sample tables, and try to apply different conditional rules at your end. Solve the same problem statement and try practically applying the rules.